Have you ever wondered what piece of jewelry could rightfully be called the crown jewel of European treasuries, an artifact capable of wordlessly recounting an entire era? Today, we shall lift the veil of mystery from a tiara whose size and magnificence astound the imagination, the Luxembourg Empire Tiara. This is not merely a precious item, it is an entire epoch frozen in diamonds, a silent witness to the passage of generations and historical tempests. Although the world of an art of jewelry is vast, and every tiara holds its unique story, the Luxembourg Empire Tiara would undoubtedly take first place in a hypothetical contest for the title of Europe's largest. This is no exaggeration. With a height exceeding 10 centimeters and considerable width, it presents itself not just as an adornment, but as a veritable diamond fortress, a sparkling diadem crown worthy of an empress. Its imposing dimensions offered jewelers a truly limitless field for creativity, allowing them to embody in a single piece a multitude of exquisite motifs that, in more modest creations, we usually observe only individually. Imagine an architectural edifice wrought from diamonds, a cascade of symmetrical volutes, arabesques, and possibly stylized laurel leaves or palmettes, classic elements of the empire style. Each component is executed with incredible precision and studded with a countless multitude of glittering stones. Considering its era of creation, the early 19th century, the diamonds most likely possess an antique cut, perhaps old mine or rose cut, which lend the stones a special, soft shimmer, distinct from modern brilliant sparkle. The central stones, undoubtedly large, are surrounded by a scattering of smaller ones, creating an effect of continuous radiance. The structure is most likely crafted from gold, but the visible part, to which the diamonds are affixed, traditionally for that time, could have been coated with silver to enhance the cool brilliance of the stones. The tiara literally bathes in light, reflecting it in myriad sparks, creating an aura of almost unearthly luminescence. Every diamond contributes its share to this dazzling magnificence. The exact carat weight remains a treasure of the Grand Duchy, but one can confidently say that it is colossal, and the weight of such an ornament is quite perceptible to a wearer. This glittering treasure, a true masterpiece of the jeweler's art, rightfully belongs to the family of the Grand Duke of Luxembourg, serving as one of the most significant and recognizable symbols of their heritage. But what lies hidden behind this sparkle? The name empire, it would seem, directly points to a connection with the mighty monarchies of the past. Yet herein lies the first intrigue, adding a piquant touch to its history. Despite its evident grandeur and a name that seemingly speaks for itself, the Luxembourg Empire Tiara, the origin of this masterpiece is shrouded in a fog of uncertainty. The name empire in this instance refers not to any specific empire, but to the artistic empire style, which flourished in the early 19th century, particularly during the time of Napoleon Bonaparte. This style, inspired by the grandeur of ancient Rome and Greece, was characterized by monumentality, strict symmetry, and the use of classical motifs, laurel wreaths, meanders, columns, sphinxes, eagles, and palmettes. Jewelry in the empire style was often large, with an emphasis on geometric clarity and richness of materials, symbolizing power, stability, and majesty. And our tiara, created precisely during this period, is a brilliant example of it. Its age is quite venerable, which only adds to its value and mystique. It is said that such large-scale diadems were intended not only to adorn, but also to underscore status, almost competing with royal crowns in their visual impact. But if no empire gave it its name, then who, and for whom, created this marvel, so majestic that it itself seems a symbol of power, capable of enduring the test of time? For a long time, researchers and connoisseurs of the art of jewelry adhered to two main theories regarding how this magnificent tiara came into the Luxembourg treasury. The first version, romantic and tragic, linked its appearance to Russia. It was presumed that the diadem was brought to Luxembourg by Grand Duchess Elizabeth Mikhailovna, granddaughter of Emperor Paul I, renowned for her beauty and education, who became the first wife of Adolphe, then hereditary Prince of Nassau, and later Grand Duke of Luxembourg. Their marriage was short-lived and ended tragically. Elizabeth Mikhailovna passed away just a year after the wedding, in 1845, during a difficult childbirth, along with her newborn daughter. According to this version, the magnificent tiara, possibly part of her rich dowry, remained in her husband's family as a sorrowful and precious reminder of the Russian princess and unfulfilled happiness. There was even a rumor that the tiara had been specially commissioned for Elizabeth from French jewelers, famed for their mastery in creating empire-style adornments, similar to those worn by the ladies of Napoleon's court. The second theory pointed to another noble lady, Grand Duchess Hilda of Baden. She was the daughter of Grand Duke Adolphe from his second marriage to Adelheid Marie of Anhalt-Dessau, and was thus, in a way, related by marriage to Adolphe's first wife. Hilda married Frederick II, Grand Duke of Baden, but their marriage was childless. According to this version, after her death, her jewels, possibly including this tiara, were inherited by her Luxembourgish nephews, the children of her brother, Wilhelm IV. This theory also had its proponents, as the transfer of jewelry along family lines is common practice in royal houses. Both these versions appeared quite convincing, and for many years were considered the primary explanations for the appearance of such a significant piece in the Luxembourg collection. However, as often happens in historical investigations, a single irrefutable fact can demolish the most well-constructed theories, forcing a reassessment of established views. But what fact could so drastically change the established opinion about such a famous piece of jewelry, one that had captivated the imagination of historians and jewelers for decades? The answer came from the pages of Luxerazzi, a popular and authoritative blog dedicated to all aspects of the life of the Grand Ducal family of Luxembourg. This resource is renowned for its profound historical research and access to rare information. It was the Luxerazzi team that conducted a scrupulous investigation into the Luxembourg Empire Tiara. Delving into the archives of the House of Nassau, they discovered a key document, an inventory of family jewels dated 1829. And in this inventory, among other treasures, our magnificent tiara was already listed. This discovery became a true sensation, as it completely refuted both previous theories. Given that Grand Duchess Elizabeth Mikhailovna married Adolphe only in 1844, and was, in fact, born in 1826, she physically could not have brought the tiara into the Nassau family before 1829. The same fate befell the theory about Grand Duchess Hilda of Baden. She was born much later, in 1864. Thus, both pre-existing versions, however romantic or logical they may have seemed, proved untenable in the face of an archival document. This fact compelled researchers to seek a new explanation. But if not Elizabeth and not Hilda, then who was the first owner of this treasure? And how is it connected to the date 1829, which so suddenly emerged from the depths of history? Having refuted the old hypotheses, the Luxerazzi researchers did not stop there and put forward their own, much more plausible version. According to their data, the Empire Tiara could have been a wedding gift to Princess Pauline of Württemberg. It was precisely in 1829, the year the tiara is first mentioned in inventories, that Pauline Friederike Marie of Württemberg married Wilhelm I, Duke of Nassau. Wilhelm I was the father of Adolphe, the future Grand Duke of Luxembourg. This marriage was the Duke's second, and Pauline became Adolphe's stepmother. Adolphe, in turn, ascended to the throne of the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg only in 1890, after the personal union between the Netherlands and Luxembourg was dissolved due to differences in succession laws. Luxembourg operated under Salic law, which did not permit women to inherit the throne, whereas in the Netherlands, Wilhelmina had become queen. Thus, the tiara, originally belonging to the House of Nassau through Princess Pauline, passed to the Luxembourgish branch of the family with Adolphe, the founder of the currently reigning dynasty. This version logically connects the date of the tiara's first mention with a specific historical event and personage, explaining its empire style, as by 1829 it was still popular, especially for ceremonial jewelry. Since then, the Luxembourg Empire Tiara has firmly established itself among the principal family heirlooms and has traditionally been worn either by the reigning Grand Duchess or the wife of the reigning Grand Duke, passing from generation to generation as a symbol of majesty and continuity. Interestingly, despite the refutation of the Russian version, legends about the connection of Luxembourgish jewels with the Romanovs still surface occasionally, perhaps due to actual marital alliances, or simply because of the romantic aura surrounding Russian imperial treasures. But what did these brilliant appearances look like? And which of the Grand Duchesses most often adorned herself with this diamond splendor, writing new chapters in its rich history? From the moment of its arrival in the treasury of the Grand Dukes of Luxembourg, the Luxembourg Empire Tiara became an indispensable attribute of the most solemn occasions. It has been worn by several generations of reigning monarchs and consorts of monarchs, each adding her own page to the history of this magnificent jewel. One of the most famous wearers of the tiara was Grand Duchess Charlotte, who reigned over Luxembourg for nearly half a century, from 1919 to 1964. Her reign coincided with the most challenging periods of European history, including 2 world wars. For Luxembourgers, she became a symbol of national unity, resilience, and hope. Her numerous portraits and photographs in this majestic tiara became iconic, personifying not only monarchical power, but also the indomitable spirit of the nation, especially during the difficult years of German occupation during the Second World War, when she headed the government in exile. The return of Grand Duchess Charlotte to Luxembourg and her appearance in this tiara at official events after the liberation held immense symbolic significance. Then, her daughter-in-law, Grand Duchess Joséphine-Charlotte, wife of Grand Duke Jean, took up the mantle. A princess of Belgium by birth, sister of Kings Baudouin and Albert II, she possessed an innate sense of style, sophistication, and royal dignity. The Luxembourg Empire. Tiara magnificently complemented her elegant ensembles at state receptions, official visits, coronations, and royal weddings throughout Europe, where she represented the Grand Duchy. Her appearances in this tiara were always impeccable and underscored the importance of the event. Numerous photographs exist where she is captured wearing the empire, often in combination with other family jewels, creating a truly royal ensemble. In our times, the tiara can be seen on Grand Duchess Maria Teresa, wife of the reigning Grand Duke Henri. She dons this historic ornament on particularly significant occasions, such as Luxembourg's National Day, June 23rd, New Year's receptions for the diplomatic corps, state banquets in honor of visiting heads of foreign states, or during her own state visits abroad. Each appearance of the tiara is an event, attracting the attention of the press and connoisseurs of the art of jewelry. It invariably becomes the centerpiece of her attire, demanding an appropriate setting, a floor-length evening gown, an upswept hairstyle, and, of course, royal posture. Interestingly, due to its impressive size and weight, wearing the tiara requires a certain skill and possibly special methods of attachment to ensure it is securely fixed and comfortable. It is said that beneath the diamond magnificence lies a sturdy yet lightweight frame, as well as special loops for securing it with hairpins to the coiffure. The symbolic significance of the Luxembourg Empire Tiara is immense. It is not merely an expensive piece of jewelry, but a visible embodiment of the history, sovereignty, and cultural heritage of the Grand Duchy. It connects generations of the ruling family, reminding them of duty and tradition. Its empire style is also a reference to a specific era of European history when monarchies asserted their legitimacy and grandeur through art and splendor. For its owners, it is not only a precious item, but also a part of their identity, a symbol of their role and service to the country. But the main question that still excites the minds of historians of the art of jewelry remains: who was the brilliant master or jewelry house that created this diamond marvel almost 2 centuries ago? And are there any secret symbols or messages hidden in its design? Such is the fascinating and still not fully unraveled biography of one of Europe's most impressive tiaras. We have traced its path from supposed Russian and German roots through its documented appearance in the Nassau family in 1829 to its firm place in the Luxembourg treasury, from the empire style to modern-day galas. I hope that someday archives or accidental discoveries will shed light on the last remaining mysteries: the name of the jeweler, the exact circumstances of the commission, and perhaps the original sketch of this diamond masterpiece. Perhaps it was a renowned Parisian master, such as Nitto or Chaumet, whose works were valued throughout Europe. Every facet of its diamonds holds reflections of balls, state receptions, and quiet family moments it has witnessed over nearly 2 centuries. What other jewelry mysteries, in your opinion, do the royal treasuries of Europe conceal? Are there pieces with even more convoluted or dramatic histories? Share your thoughts and suppositions in the comments. Give this a like if you enjoyed this story, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss new journeys into the world of brilliance, history, and royal secrets. Until next time.